The sun was shining outside, and the weather was warm and sunny. I was driving my car to the village, to my grandmother's house. She died a couple of weeks ago, bequeathing it to my parents. They didn't want to move from the city to the countryside, so they decided to sell it. I took up this issue as the only son. Go, clean up, do some minor repairs, take photos and put up an ad. My father asked me and gave me the keys. I lived alone, had no wife, no children. I haven't been able to find the one yet. He worked as a coach at a sports school. Every day is Groundhog Day. So, deep down, I was glad for the change of scenery. It wasn't far for me to go. The village is 40 kilometers from the city. When I arrived, I parked the car near the courtyard and went into the house. I didn't have much time, and I was only able to take 6 days off from work, including weekends, so I immediately got down to business. In general, the house was in good condition, despite the fact that Grandma lived alone and had been very ill lately. After finishing my work around midnight, I decided to have a cup of tea and go to bed. Suddenly there was a knock on the window. I knew a lot of people in the village, so I opened the window without fear and looked out. Standing under the window was a pretty young girl, about 25 years old, dressed in a tracksuit with long hair pulled back in a ponytail. She looked worried. "Hello, could you take me to the city?" "I really need to," she said with concern in her voice. "Hello. I was already going to bed, maybe tomorrow? You can leave early." I looked at her and realized that she needed to leave today. But I don't like night trips so much, especially since it turned out to be a hard day and there was a lot of work tomorrow, too. "I have to go now, sorry to bother you," she said in frustration and was about to leave. Wait. I'll be right out." I couldn't refuse the girl. She would have gone to the city anyway, but most likely she would have gone to the highway to catch a ride. And it's not safe. We quickly reached the city. The roads are empty at night, and the traffic lights don't work. On the way, I found out that her name is Katia. She is 24 years old. She came to visit her grandmother. Her name is Baba Nadia. She lives 3 houses away. I knew this old lady. They were friends with my late grandmother. Katia asked to be taken to the hospital. According to her, her very close friend was here, who was like a sister to her. She had an accident and is now in intensive care. After waiting for Katia for about an hour, and I was almost asleep, I heard her open the door. "Damn, I'm sorry I kept you waiting. I'll probably stay here." "You go ahead. I'm needed here," she said, standing on the street and looking at me guiltily. "Okay, is it okay? How's your friend?" I replied sleepily. "The condition is serious, but the doctor said that everything will be fine." "I see. Well, then I'm off. Good night." "See you tomorrow," she said, closed the door and left. I started the car, stood for a couple more minutes, came to my senses and drove home. After sleeping until 10 a.m., I got up and got to work. After lunch, it was about 30 degrees Celsius outside. Working outside in this heat is not a very fun activity. At 3 o'clock, Katia knocked on the gate and, without waiting for an answer, opened the gate a crack. "Hello. Are you offended that everything turned out that way yesterday?" "What is it?" she asked, entering the gate. "Hi." "No. It's okay," I replied. "Great. Do you mind if I sit with you for a while?" "Are you bored at home?" asked Katia, sitting down on a bench. "Sit down. I'll have someone to talk to, because I'm the only one going crazy here." She sat up all evening talking to me and telling me different stories from her life. We were having fun. I didn't notice how it got dark outside and I started getting ready to go into the house. Katia said goodbye and went home, and I went to bed. So all the following days passed. She came in the afternoon and sat with me until nightfall. I liked her company. Katia was a funny and interesting girl. When I left for the city, I realized that I would miss her. When I returned to my house, I put up an advertisement for the sale of the house, and after a couple of weeks a buyer was found. We agreed to look at the house for the coming weekend. I was glad to be back in the village. I wanted to go to Katia. I missed her and regretted that I hadn't asked for her phone number or the address where she lives. All I knew was that she had come to visit her grandmother. Arriving in the village a day earlier, I went straight to her house. I knocked on the window. After a while, Baba Nadia looked out and, recognizing me, moved away from the window towards the exit to the courtyard. She opened the gate and said, "Vidya, I recognized you right away. You came to visit recently. What a pity. I feel sorry for your grandmother." "Hello." "Yes, Bab Nagi, I came. Thank you." We talked a little bit about what my grandmother was like and how I had changed. Then another of her granddaughters, Tamara, came out of the house. I remembered her. She was my age, and when I visited as a child, we sometimes went for walks. She was a kind girl, studied well, but something didn't work out and she stayed in the village with her grandmother. "Hi, how are you?" "By what fates? What is it?" she asked. "Hello. It's all good. I'm selling my grandmother's house. They're coming to watch tomorrow. I came to ask you something. I recently came here for a week, and your Katia came to see me. She's probably already gone? Can you give me her phone number?" I replied. The appearance of both women has changed. Baba Nadia turned pale, clutched her heart, and panted. "God be with you, Vidya. What are you saying?" Turning away and leaning on the wall, she went into the house. Tamara, taking my arm, led me away from the gate and said in a half-whisper, "Why are you saying that in front of Grandma? I don't know who's coming to see you, but it's not Katia. She couldn't have." I looked at her and didn't understand what was going on. "Listen, Tamara, I do not know what happened here. Can you explain it in a nutshell? I didn't mean to offend anyone. Do you really not know anything?"